Hey beauties, it's Riri. Welcome back to another day of Derismas. We are in the home stretch, you guys. We have today and tomorrow, and we are done. We are saying goodbye to 2021. And let's just hope that 2022 is a much better year. I'm willing it now. I'm calling it now. I'm saying it now. I'm putting it out into the universe that it's going to be a beautiful, amazing year. Speaking of beautiful and amazing, today's collab is filled with just that. I'm collabing today with some of my favorite beauties. Their faces will be popping up right here, and they of course will be linked down below. I'm collabing with Adventures of Xenia. Xenia, hey girl, hey. We are collabing with Debbie over at Debutante, and the beautiful Nikki Raven. We are diving into our That Time of Year palettes by Gourmande Girls in collaboration with myself, Debutante, and Adventures of Xenia. And our challenge here and our concept here, thank you to Nikki, is that we each have to use the exact same 5 shades. I love when we're challenged to use the exact same shades because different people are going to place them differently and use them in different ways. So everybody's look is typically going to be drastically different, which y'all know I love. And I'm up close today. I have you guys on my tripod instead of on my ring light, so I hope this is okay. Yeah, you are up close and personal today. So our shades are Slay Queen, Evergreen, and the Feels. So Slay Queen, Evergreen, and the Feels, and then Fuzzy Socks and Silver Bills. So yeah, colors that don't really go well together. But of course that is the challenge, and hey, I'm up for the challenge. And if it turns out to be a shit show, then that's nothing new here on my channel. Speaking of channels, go check out my fellow beauties, and y'all know what I say. If you go watch and you are feeling a vibe, you feel a connection, you can relate to that beauty, subscribe. It is free for you. And it means the absolute world to us. I'm quickly also going to shout out a couple of honorable mention beauties that are going to also be using this palette. And that is Christina over at Christina Gourmande. I'll link her down below as well. And Caitlin over at CP Fashion Cosmetics. This is also, you guys, I'm going to dive in while I talk. But this is also Deb's birthday. So happy freaking birthday, Deb. I love you so, so much. I'm so glad that we got to do this on her birthday. It is also my beautiful friend Patrice's anniversary today. Her husband's birthday was yesterday. Yeah, we have had so many birthdays in this month. My son's birthday was yesterday. We did an amazing collab. I will pop the video right here. So many beautiful creators joined in on that collab. We have Miss Faye, who had a birthday on the 13th. Happy birthday again, beautiful. And Renee's son just turned 18 on the 11th. Y'all, we're birthday happy. We are birthday crazy right now. I'm gonna dive in. If this does not turn out right, I love you and I'm very sorry. I'm going to go with Fuzzy Socks with a very big open fluffy brush. And I'm going to rock this in the crease. This is just going to give me a blender shade basically. And so I can use this shade. But I hope everybody is great. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday. If you do not celebrate, then I just hope that you are doing well. Let's have a quick mental health check-in. You guys know that is super duper important to me. Let me tap out these little creases or that is not going to be cute. My brows are my Juvia's Place pen and brow pencil. And I prime with my ABH eye primer as I typically do because, well, it's my favorite. Look, y'all can see Groot really well today. Hey, y'all can actually kind of see some of my background. I might keep my videos like this, where it's really up close. Or am I a little too up close? But I hope you are doing well. Are you okay? Are you happy the holidays are over with, or technically over with? We still have New Year's, of course. And are you somebody that sets up resolutions? Do you just kind of have goals for the new year, or do you literally say, hey, it's just 2022 and it just is what it is? I'm curious. I would like to know. I'm going to go in with a slightly smaller brush. Oh, I hope this works. And I'm going to go into Slay Queen. And I'm going to do this only on the inner part of the eye. I stopped making resolutions a long time ago. I mean, there are definitely things I want to obviously improve on. And I've been talking about her a lot. But Michelle, over at Zesty Girl, she talks a lot about just, you know, being more thoughtful and having intentions as you go into, I guess, a new year. And not even just for the new year, you know, are you going through a change? Like for myself, I'm going to be, you know, an empty nester. But, you know, what are your goals and what are your intentions for that new kind of step or phase of your life, and I love that. I have another friend who just says, I'm going to do a 2022 bucket list, and she'll have kind of short-term bucket list or, you know, goals, and she'll say, hey, you know, I can accomplish this by this time, and I would like to accomplish this by this time, but then she also has long-term goals as well. So I really like that idea. I think so often with, you know, the whole, you know, New Year's Eve resolutions, and that's fine if you do that, of course. But I think we oftentimes set ourselves up for failure because, and I've done this myself, and you know, I'm on a health gain journey right now. But I've done this myself. I will say I want to get from point A to point B, period. Like, I just need to get to this particular place and I want to get there quickly. Okay. That's how we set ourselves up for failure. And I'm learning that now because I used to do the exact same thing with health gain goals. And before anybody says, bitch, you're losing weight, it's not about the weight for me. And those of you who know me personally in my real life, if I weighed what I weigh right now and I felt incredible and I had energy and stamina and core strength and all the things that I used to have, I would not care at all about losing weight. For me, it's about the fact that I have gained so much weight in the last 3 years or so that I'm at my heaviest and I just don't feel good. But I've never had high blood pressure, blood sugar, high cholesterol, nothing like that ever. So when I say health gain, for me, it's more about having energy, stamina, strength. Yeah, I was a cheerleader. I used to run 4 miles a day. I was very, you know, healthy overall, very in shape. And I'm just sluggish. So even for me, I have a point. I swear I do. This looks like shit right now. Just trust. I'm trusting the process myself. Okay, I'm talking to me too. I'm going in with another brush now. We're going to go into Evergreen, and that's going to be on the outer part of the lid. And of course, everything's going to get cleaned up, and it'll hopefully make sense. I hope. But with my health gain goals, you know, in the past, I literally would do like I just said and set this unrealistic goal for myself and literally say I want to go from point A to point B. Meaning in the, you know, times before that I have, you know, lost weight or, you know, gone on a health gain journey, I've literally said, okay, well, this is where I'm my best at or where I feel my best. So I want to get here, and that's it. You know, like I would say, okay, I weighed this and I want to weigh this, period. And I would set myself up for failure every single time. And I would also tear myself apart when I didn't get from point A to point B in an unrealistic amount of time, which we all do. So basically my whole point to this whole thing is that I feel like if we, you know, if we give ourselves the chance to say, let me take baby steps, because guess what? Baby steps are what? They're still steps. You are still making steps toward progression. And I say that all the time, like I am a work in progress, as we all are. So for me, I don't do the whole resolution thing, or I guess give myself unrealistic expectations of what I know that I am capable of. Now, before anyone says anything, yes, I know I'm capable of anything I put my mind to. Wholeheartedly, I know that. We all are. But at the end of the day, you have to take steps, and there are steps in getting anywhere, whether it's, you know, personal, whether it's financial, whether it's relationships, whatever the case may be. You're not going to get there overnight. There's never going to be a point where you're like, I'm going to do this tomorrow, and then you're going to go straight from point A to point B, you know, ta-da, hey, here I am. It's just not realistic. So my thing is just having realistic expectations and goals for yourself and allowing yourself to fall if you need to fall. And another thing too, me and one of my best friends were just talking about this, is like, you cannot allow one bad step, one bad moment, one bad day become a bad, you know, couple of days, a bad week, a bad month, a bad year. Going back to health gain stuff. Previously, in doing this, I would do well for a few weeks, and this has kind of been my pattern for a long time. That's why I'm glad I've broken that pattern. Thank God. I would do well for a couple weeks, a few weeks, whatever the case may be. I would start to kind of break cycles, you know, the junk food cycles, you know, kind of just being a little bit more lazy and things like that. I would work on all that. Then I'd have a day where, like for instance, back in 2014, I was doing really, really great. And was almost back into Wonderland, O-N-E, Wonderland, and my best friend passed away. It literally threw me just completely off kilter. I mean, it shattered my entire freaking world, if we're being honest. Why am I doing my lower lash line without base? Oh, we told y'all it's gonna be a shit show. I'm gonna actually get a wipe really quick and clean this up, and then we'll finish the top, and then I'll be RB. All right, we are back, my loves. This is looking crazy as heck right now. I'm gonna go in with my NYX Glitter Glue, and I'm gonna put this just in the center. It may pull up some of the shadow here. I don't mind that because I'm placing some silver down. But back in 2014, when my friend passed away, it devastated me, and it threw me into this crazy tailspin. I stopped working out. I stopped, eating the best and stuff like that, and it threw me completely off. And then from there, I ended up obviously, gaining weight and stuff back. And it wasn't like, okay, well, she passed away and we have to grieve and we have to deal with that. And then let's try to move on. No, it was literally the end all be all. Oh, okay. Not as much of a shit show as I thought it was going to be, y'all. But those types of things, and I mean, of course, a loss is going to throw us off, but I have such a bad habit. I think so many of us do, especially if we're talking about, weight loss, health gain type of things. I feel like one thing happens and we just kind of spiral out of control, and it just kind of, takes us off of our path, so to speak. And that has been the case for me over and over and over again, which really, really sucks. But I did the same thing again. I would go a few weeks and get back on track. And that is always been the hardest part for me, I think for a lot of us, is the starting part of it. The starting is, it's excruciating. If you can get started and get past that first 21 days, that first 3 weeks, then you're typically okay. You're starting to break habits and kind of lean toward a better way of living, whether it's mentally, physically, for your health goals, whatever the case may be. But I always would do that. I would always, as soon as something would happen, I'd get sick for a few days, whatever the case may be, I would automatically, succumb to failure, so to speak. I would automatically view myself as a failure and say, well, damn, I didn't go from point A to point B, so I'm a worthless piece of crap, so I'm just going to stop. And then I'd fall back into those same stupid habits, and it was torture. I was literally freaking torturing myself, you guys. And I think so many of us do that. And then again, in 2017, I found my strength again. I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this time. And at this point, I was just kind of fat, not fat like I am now. And I did the same thing. I lost 35 pounds, feeling great, just mentally, physically. And that's something I feel like when we synergistically are happy, we're okay, mind, body, and soul, you're unstoppable. You are absolutely unstoppable at that point. And that is kind of, that's where I'm aiming at again. I'm basically just trying to take this to kind of like soften the edges a little bit. Of course, we'll clean everything up when we get our base on, and we still have one more shade to use. So we're still playing around. So I was again at this point of, finally got that courage, finally got that strength to start over, to start again. And then I ended up with mastitis, and I almost passed away. It was bad. I never want to experience anything like that ever again. The infection was so bad that it took several rounds of antibiotics. I was in bed for 3.5 weeks, and it threw me back off course again. And I allowed it to, instead of being sick for that time. And yeah, I was incredibly weak and stuff like that. I had endured this traumatic experience, but a lot of us can kind of, get back on the horse, so to speak. And I just couldn't. I could not find the strength at that time to start again and start back with, my health gain goals. So that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. I feel like we allow one bad thing, one bad day, one bad moment, one bad misstep. You didn't work out today. Oh, you ate a candy bar today. Oh no, you had a soda today. We allow it to take over us, and we allow that one day to become a week, a month, a year, whatever the case may be. So for that part of things, I will say to you, take each day as it comes and set very small goals, little baby steps. Like for me and my health gain kind of journey, I've literally just said I would really like to lose 5 pounds a month. I already know that's incredibly realistic. I already know that I can do that, and it's easy enough for me to do that. And then as I kind of progress and I lose a little bit of weight, and gain more strength and gain more stamina and things like that, then I will adjust my goals when I get to that point. Now I'm going to go into the feels, and I'm lightly, because I don't want to completely make the purple and the green disappear, and it looks like they kind of are. Dang it. I'm going to lightly press this on both sides. Okay, really pretty. It does kind of take away from the purple. Maybe I'll try to add some more purple in there. But I just encourage you that when you do have a misstep, look at it as just that. Look at it as, okay, today maybe was not the best. Today maybe I didn't, you know, meet my goal for the day, but tomorrow I can. Instead of saying, well, shit, I done screwed up today, so I'm just done. I'm over it. And that is kind of the mindset that I always have had. You know, something would happen and I'd give up, basically. Just like with Thanksgiving, I gained 3 pounds during that like 4 or 5 day time frame of, you know, Thanksgiving. And any other time, I would have beat myself up so badly. I would have been so upset and so sad, and I wasn't. I was like, cool, I just need to, you know, lose that and get back to where I was for December. And I did that. And maybe I've gained 2 or 3 pounds right now during Christmas time and holiday time. I don't know. I may have. And even with that, I only weigh myself 1 time a month. I weigh myself on the 15th. And I just don't obsess over it. I allow those little baby steps to still be victories for me. And I encourage you to do the same. So instead of saying, and again, if you call it a resolution, obviously that's fine. But instead of saying, I want to get from point A to point B, and that's the end all be all, I just encourage you to say, you know what? It's okay to go slow. It's okay to take baby steps. It's okay to do it in your own time. I'm just putting a little bit more purple back in. I didn't want to completely lose the purple and the green. But, you know, it's okay to do things in your own time. It's okay to not always meet every single monthly goal or every daily goal. If your daily goal is just saying, hey, I'm going to get up out of the bed today, then you know what? Let that be your goal for the day. Whether it was, you know, hey, I've been so depressed lately that, you know, I haven't painted my nails. So I'm going to go paint my nails today. And if you painted your nails, if you did nothing else aside from paint your nails, then guess what? It was still a goal that you met. So, you know, I'm kind of saying all this I just don't want you guys to set yourselves up for failure, because we are typically our own worst enemies, our own worst critics every single time. And we're not fair to ourselves. We're not kind to ourselves. We're not forgiving of ourselves in the way that we are of other people. You know, I don't look at somebody else and be like, well, damn, they're a piece of shit because they didn't work out today. Why am I going to do that to myself? So just be kind to yourself. Just be kind to yourself. And if you do set resolutions, goals, intentions, bucket lists, whatever the case may be for the new year, take your time with it. Take each tiny step as a step. Baby steps are still steps. You are still moving forward toward that goal. And I hope you reach those goals, whatever they may be. If it's to reach a certain number on social media, if it is to get a new job, if it's to, you know, lose 15 pounds, whatever the case, you want to learn how to bake, you want to learn how to sew. I encourage you to just take those little tiny victories as still being victories for yourself. I'm going to do my base. I'll be right back. All right, we are back. I just went in with my Fenty Beauty Eaze Drops shade 8 and my BH Cosmetics Chocolate Cherry Truffle palette. I kind of went ham with the blush, and then my little Dior Backstage palette. I'm now going to go into Evergreen. And basically what I did on top, I'm going to follow down to the bottom. I'm going to speed this part up because I did not realize that I had talked so darn much. Y'all, please do not forget to go and tell Dev happy birthday. Definitely go check out my fellow beauties and show them some love. Thank you, beauties, for joining me. This actually turned out really, really beautiful. Way more pretty than I thought it was going to be at first. I was getting Joker vibes. Anybody else? I'm so excited to see the other beauties looks, and I'm excited for a brand new year to start. I'm sorry for rambling. I'm sorry that I squirreled a little bit. I do apologize for that. You just know that you are enough. Know that you are perfect and you are amazing and you are incredible just as you are. And it's okay to not meet every goal. It's okay to take baby steps. It's okay to take micro steps if that's what you need to do, okay? I love you, beauties. Stay happy, healthy, and safe, and be your own best beautiful.